sock collection is this beautiful gray. I'm pretty sure this is just undyed yak, which is the most gorgeous color in the world. My day 10 of Sweet Sparrow was this beautiful variegated. This is called Winter Sunset. I got a beautiful little stitch marker with it. And then my friend Mariah's swap had this wonderful, bright, cheerful red. It's not that bright. It's a little bit more muted than that, but it's still gorgeous.
Good morning, Vlogmas. Today is day 11, and I figured that today I will be the first time that I introduce myself. So, I am Sarah. This is the Avengers podcast. Thanks for showing up. Welcome to my office. This is my husband's truck. My husband and my son, the boys, have haircuts today, and I don't like to wait inside. Even before COVID, I didn't like to wait inside. No reason. It's fine. It's a great barbershop. It's very family oriented. There's plenty of people, women and mothers and whatever, who are inside. I just prefer not to. This is actually usually my sock knitting time, but I didn't bring a sock bag today. Coffee out of my phone is having a hard time with the sunlight and the white. This is from the Starbucks roastery. So you see Seattle, books, coffee, rain, and then the coordinates. And if you live near a Starbucks roastery or you get a chance to visit one, it's a hell of an experience. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Starbucks is the best coffee on the planet. It's not. But it is consistent. It's a good cup of coffee if you get the right thing and you can do it right. The roastery, however, is a whole experience, you guys. So you can go in and you'll have the big roaster in the middle and you can watch the process happen. And then they have a massive eating area. Like, you can get anything, like gourmet pizzas and pastas and like all kinds of stuff. So if you've ever been to those like big markets that have like the grocery store, and then on one side you have like the 8 or 9 different stations of different kinds of food you can get, whether it be sushi or pizza or sandwiches or a deli or pasta or soups and salads, the salad bar in the middle, like it's a lot like that. So you can do that and you can go sit down. They've got a ton of gifts and souvenirs. They've got a bar for coffee that explores different ways to make coffee. And one of my favorite ones, I'll put the method name. I can't remember the name of the method. But basically it was like the inspiration for the first drip coffee maker. Like, I guess some guy in a lab was too lazy to go get coffee, and so he just rigged something up on a Bunsen burner. It makes amazing coffee. I wish we still used it. So if you're ever looking for, I don't know, a day date or a family in town or something, the roastery, the reserve roasteries are a lot of fun. They're a very cool experience. It's an outing though. So, and they have lots of specialty coffees that they won't have on any other menu. And they're generally better. And it's more coffee focused than they are syrup focused, which is one of Starbucks' big downfalls in my personal opinion. Yeah, anyway, so I'm just sitting here and I'm working on a sweater, and I figure that this will be the first time that I really share it with you guys on the podcast. Share it with anybody, not you guys. I haven't podcast, so you guys are the only one that'll see it. Y'all are my podcast, so, you know, same thing. This is the Talvinin. This is by Caitlin Hunter, who is Boyland Knitworks. I'm knitting it out of Knitpicks Stroll Tweed in the Sequoia Heather colorway, and Down Heather is my contrast. I have a really gorgeous stitch marker on here from Mariah of Forest Charm on Etsy. She also has the Woolen Forest podcast. She and her husband Michael have been doing Vlogmas. It's very cute. And then my beginning of round is this really cute little autumn leaf. I don't know if she labels them as kawaii or chibi, but the shop name is, or the artist name is Noelle, and her shop is Charmed and Dangerous, which is why I bought from her in the first place, and then found out that her polymer clay, charms are really, really nice. They're really well made. So anyway, I just been working on that. I actually just spent like 25 minutes recording what ended up being a soapbox. So living in Texas in the modern day is really hard, y'all. It's really hard. So anyway, my hands are sore. I picked up sorry. That was weird. Anyway, I'm in a parking lot and some guy was walking by. It was just odd. I thought he was going to get into the car next to me, but then I found out that he isn't. The owner of the car got out by herself and walked down the strip to a different place. And then a guy came out. Okay, they know each other. Okay, it was really weird. So the guy came out, he came to her car, and he looked like he was going to get into the passenger side, which is right next to me. But then he didn't, and he walked around the other side of the car and was just kind of being weird. And then, like, I saw the car kind of shake, so I don't know if he was, like, kicking the tires or whatever he was doing. But then he started walking behind my truck. We're backed in. And he's, like, looking over some of the car hoods or whatever. And then the same lady from this car came walking back down the strip with her keys in her hand. So they're talking to each other, so they know each other. But it was just really strange. Okay, anyway, that was weird. I don't remember what I was talking about anymore. Oh, yeah, being a modern day Texan is hard. It's really hard. Oh, no, my hands hurt because I started a crochet ragdoll for a friend who just had a new baby. And I haven't crocheted on anything other than my granny stripe blanket. In a very long time. I haven't picked up my granny stripe blanket in almost 6 months, and it is the only crochet thing I've worked on in a year and a half, 2 years. So, oh baby, you would have made that. So the so my hands hurt because crocheting for me is a very two-handed process. I know it's supposed to be just one hand, like your hook or whatever, but like I do so much fabric manipulation with my non-dominant hand that like that's the hand that hurts now. So yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, so I didn't bring socks because of the small circumference. I just brought my sweater, and I haven't really worked on it very much. I knit my friend Camille, she lives in Portland. I knit her and her daughter matching Mommy and Me sweaters out of Knit Pick Stroll. I think I knit the Astraeus sweater. It was black with white color work. And I loved it. I love the fabric that it made. It's so soft. It's so nice. It's like $4 a ball, you guys. Like, don't sleep on Knit Picks, okay? They've got some good stuff. But she said that she's worn it a few times and she's washed it once or twice because it hasn't been all that cold. And she said it's holding up really beautifully. So I made myself a removing sweater. Not really, but it might end up being that. I also made an executive decision on Wednesday that we're just not going to do school anymore this month. I've given up. I'm tired. He's tired. We just, Christmas is coming and there's other things that we want to do. So we're going to stop curriculum school. He still has I don't know, those Brain Quest workbooks. They're organized by grade, and they've got like a bunch of different sections in it. They're about like that thick, and it's just a workbook. So he's still got that, and then a spelling book that he works on quite a bit. And then he does Adventure Academy online. So if you have young kids, Adventure Academy or ABC Mouse are they're a lot of fun. They're really good. And so he does that. And so I think we're just going to kind of heel toe it with that. He wanted to learn how to crochet. He wants to make an ornament. And he picked one out. He picked out a pattern by Vincent from Not Bad. I'll link him below. and he's gonna make little whales. They're really cute. So he's never crocheted before, so we learned how to crochet yesterday, and we'll practice until Monday so he can get pretty good with his stitches, and then we'll start putting together this whale, and there'll be some increases and stuff like that for him to practice on, which will be fun. And yeah, so anyway, while he was learning to do that, I found a ragdoll pattern that I totally didn't need to be making, and I will link that in the video that I show that off in. I'm not gonna do that here. Anyway, so today is 57 right now and cloudy. We got a bunch of rain at like 4 o'clock this morning. We had a big cold front move in, which I'm not mad about. It's much better than 85, but the up and down, of course, is killing all of us. It sucks, dude. And it'll be mid-70s again by Tuesday. So that's it. That's really all of the updating I have. I wanted to talk a little bit more with you because I haven't talked very much on this Vlogmas. Our day-to-day is pretty chill, especially with pandemic still being a thing. You know, Hector's fully vaccinated, everything's effective, we're all fully boosted. But, you know, they did find a bunch of Omicron cases here in Houston. The first one they identified they identified them through the wastewater treatment plants. The first one they identified was like 5 miles from my house. So it is definitely alive and well here. And considering how fast it spreads, I'm sure that those 8 cases from a week and a half ago or something are like 1 million cases now. We have 4.3 million people in my county alone, 7.3 million or 7.8 million or something in the greater Houston area. And Houston's big, you guys. So we're just trying to kind of heel toe it, I guess, and keep our heads down. Yeah. So, like I said, my first recording was a big soapbox. Just like I said, suffice it to say, it's just really hard. It's hard being a modern day Texan. It's hard being a modern day American right now, okay? I mean, person. It's hard to be a modern day person on the political spectrum right now. I don't even remember where I was going with this anymore. See, soapbox. I'll probably edit that part out too, because I can't remember what the hell I was talking about. I'm mad, you guys. I'm so mad and disillusioned and just disgruntled with the whole thing. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, we have such bigger fish to fry with, I don't know, the fact that we beat the all-time record for heat in December. Basically for this entire week. It's been 85 here, you guys. 85 in the middle of December. It hasn't been like that since the 1900s and 1890s. And that was like a one-off fluke. But climate change isn't real. Like, I don't know. I'm over it. I'm over it. I think there just comes a point where you can only accept so much gaslighting in your relationships, whether they're personal relationships or if they're the relationships with the world around you. You can only handle so much gaslighting and denial and whatever is going on in this world before you're like, you know what? I just don't need any of this. Like, none of this is benefiting me at all. I'm just I'm pouring myself out for idiots. Sorry, guys. There we go. I said it, okay? Like, I'm pouring myself out for idiocy. And I know giving up isn't the right answer. And I got that. But I just need a minute. Okay? I need a minute from the insanity of what this world has become. That became this way basically because none of us could imagine it would do this, because we've all seen that movie. We already know how it's going to end if you don't do something about it. Like, we've seen the film. Like, you read the spoiler at the ending, you know? Like, do something about it. Anyway. Okay. before I become any more of a Debbie Downer, I'm going to escort myself out. I'm out of coffee anyway, so I hope that you are having a very pleasant Saturday. It is cloudy and 58 here today, which is awesome, but everybody hates this because it was legitimately 82 yesterday, you guys. Like, I worked out in shorts and a sports bra, like, in my garage. It was fine. My husband has a coworker. I want to say a friend from work, but he's not a friend. I don't know how to describe this. Anyway, he has a coworker who asked if Onesimo would go mountain biking with him. And Onesimo was like, yeah, man, if you want to go, that's fine. So he bailed on him last weekend. And so Onesimo went with his two brothers. He went with Hiro and Harrison. And he took my bike for Harrison to ride, because Harrison doesn't ride. Hiro does. Hiro has his own. So I didn't get invited. And so today he's going to go with a coworker who has hit him up like 4 times this morning. The coworker is at work. Onesimo's supposed to be there, but he doesn't work weekends. It's just kind of the thing he has. Like, he just doesn't work weekends. So anyway, this coworker is at work, working, but apparently there's so much work that everybody has time to be on their cell phones all morning. So to me, that means y'all didn't need to be there. You should have stayed home. They're on 12 hours a day, you guys. Like, it'd be great if some people could do some resting, you know? Anyway, another soapbox. Still mad about it. So anyway, all of that to say that he's going to take my bike without me again to go riding today. I'm not bitter, it's fine. So anyway, that's gonna happen whenever we get done here. And then I ordered Onesimo's Christmas present. It was supposed to be here till Monday, but it's available. I can go pick it up now, so I'm gonna go pick it up today while he's gone, because my husband is super nosy. Oh my god, nosy. He can't stand not knowing. Buying gifts for him is like a whole cloak and dagger thing. And this is the first year I haven't had to get my brother-in-law Hiro in on it. For those of you who have been viewers of the podcast for a while, Hiro is the brother-in-law that I forced to move to Idaho with us a few years ago. We're very close. Up until recently, Hiro's been the brother-in-law that, like, I call independently, and I'm like, hey, Onesimo has to work Saturday, or he's working late, like, I'm bored, like, you want to have coffee or something? And he's like, yeah, and we go for a coffee date, you know. Yeah, he moved in with his girlfriend a few months ago, and so he's, you know, they're settling into their thing. We haven't seen quite as much of him lately. And so anyway, this is the first year I haven't had to enlist his help for, like, for Christmas presents. I don't even think she watches it, but that's because of Jamie Hoffman. So thank you, Jamie, because I knit a sample for Jamie, and I had my own money in PayPal that my husband doesn't have my PayPal info. So because of Jamie, I was able to do secret Christmas this year. So anyway, like I said, I hope you guys have a great Saturday. Sorry that day 10 was up way later than it should have been. I was up last night way later than I should have been, and then by the time I realized what time it was almost 1. And look, I like you guys a lot. Okay, I was not editing a podcast at 1 in the morning. Although in hindsight, with how long it took me to fall asleep, I probably should have, because I would have been done with the podcast in like 15 minutes, and I didn't fall asleep for another almost 3 hours. It's going to be a very long coffee-filled day today. So I will catch up with you later. Mm-hmm. It's going to be in a big caption right across the screen.
I made a mistake yesterday with day 11 of the Sherlock calendar. The name is not Sherlock. The name is when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Number 12 is a beautiful chocolate brown, and it is called, It is Better to Learn Wisdom Late Than to Never Learn It at All. And finally, day 11 of the Sweet Sparrow calendar yesterday was this beautiful, beautiful blue called Still Waters, and it came with a little nature sticker. I almost forgot. My yarn swap with my friend Mariah of Knitted Niceties included this goat's milk soap, and the scent is Backwoods Heights. It's from Lucky 4 Farm, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it so very much. So if you can find this company, or hey, you know what, even anything like it, goat's milk soap is some of my favorite, and it's always wonderful. So I have not filmed at all today, and I'd apologize, but we were trail riding and I don't have a harness. I can't film that anyway without falling off of my bike, which would be painful. So we are at REI, and my husband bought some pants, and I bought this cool sticker for my cup.
And I bought a cool sticker for mine.
And Hector got a sticker for his cup at home. So we are super sticker people. And we were supposed to go to World Market, but we're not going to make it. They will close. It's like 5:30 already. So I need to get a white elephant gift for a family gift exchange that we're doing.
We don't know what to give them.
We'll probably get something to eat, maybe.
Yeah, we're hungry. I'm kind of angry.
Okay.
Sorry, kind of grumpy.
You're grumpy. Anyway, and yeah, so it's just gonna be a quiet night. It's just gonna be us. So this guy over here with him, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it off here and call it a night. And I will see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Smooth. How do you feel about the sustained eye contact?
Awkward.